Hey guys, Gary Lucas here, and today we're going to be talking about methods. A method is a set of code which is referred to by name and can be called at any point in a program simply by utilizing that method's name. Think of a method as a subprogram that acts on data and often returns a value. To create a method, you first have to declare a data type. Now, this can be any data type we learned for variables. So it could be an int, a double, a boolean, etc. It can even be void, which is something we haven't talked about before. But void basically means it doesn't return any data to us. It's just a bunch of code, and it runs everything. And you can do some really neat things with void. So for methods, as well as variables and classes, you can set some privatization, which lets you create some permissions for what can access this information within your program. The different types are public, so we could do public int, and public means anything anywhere can access this. We can also do protected, which means the class it's in and the package it's in, as well as any subclass of that class, can access it. We can also do no modifier, so we could just have nothing. And that means only things within the class and the package can access it. And by the way, the package is just like this area. So everything in this first program area is the package. So the main could access this test, and etc. etc. And finally, we have private. And private means only the class can access it. So only anything within test1 could access this. And then we have the name. We need to name it. And conventionally with methods as well as classes, we start things off with uppercases. So we're going to call this my method. And also another convention that's used whether it's a variable or not, or method, is every other word that you're going to add to your name is uppercase. So if we had just a regular int and we wanted to call it a number, we would conventionally write the n as uppercase. Now, to finish off the method, you do parentheses and then curly braces. Now, this is freaking out because there's a lot of things going on. It needs us to create a return statement because we have it set as an int. So we need to have a value return. So it wants us to return an int. Now you can do this in many ways. A common thing to do is have a variable set up within the method itself and then have it return that variable. Okay, now obviously it's not initialized, so we're just going to say it's equal to 0. And this method would return 0. You can have a bunch of stuff in here. You could even create a method that checks the sum of two different numbers. You could have int x and int y is equal to 2. And then you could have some code which checks to see if you add those together, like what happens. And then it would return that value to you, so you could use your method to do stuff like that. And let's check out some different ways you could write methods. So here we have a private int my method, which just returns x, like we did before. You could also write it with no modifier as a void. So no modifier means everything within the package can access it. And void means it doesn't have a return type, so it just runs the code that you put inside of the curly braces. Protected means everything within the package, this class, and any subclasses can use it. And public just means everyone ever can use it. So, thank you guys for watching, and make sure to check out my blog and Twitter. The links are in the description, and you guys have a good day.